established rich coming right back at you. And I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. This one right here ain't just content. It's got weight to it. Because we're not just talking about music, we talking about image. And more importantly, we talking about the image you decide to put out into the world. We talking about Cartel Bo and this whole Murderwood situation. And before anybody gets defensive, this ain't about tearing him down. This is about looking at what was presented. Because when you watch that Tommy G video, you can see exactly what he was trying to do. He walking through the neighborhood, pointing things out. He's setting a tone. And the tone ain't peaceful. The tone is not normal. The tone is dangerous. And you can see it in the way he moving, and you can hear it in the way he talking. It's like he trying to make sure you understand. This ain't just no regular place. It's Murderwood.
Oh, hit for a bag.
Hit for a bag?
Yeah. That's my label. That's why I started, you know what I'm saying? Get you going, you feel me? You know, NFL, it's still NFL, but shit, they had put like a federal gang shit on us. So anything we do, it could be a RICO instantly.
How'd you come up with the name NFL Gang?
I didn't come up with it. My partner Ray did. That's my Ray. He started NFL, nigga from Lakewood.
Because you guys almost made it to the NFL?
Oh, no.
Did you almost make it to the NFL?
No.
No? You have the body for it.
Yeah, I should have. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, I ain't had the area for it. You understand what I'm saying? It's a little dip. I grew up in that high right there, on high, my grandma high. This the cornerstone of the hood, boy. Like, nigga, this where I sent you that news that motherfuckers got this shit cracked 2 weeks ago. Right around the corner on the way down here, that freeway you exited, that's where that body was hanging with the body on fire.
A man's body was found hanging underneath the East Loop
by a rope from the underside of this 610 freeway, all while on fire. Sadly, he did not survive.
Next, Bo takes us nearby to the highway where recently a brutal and mysterious murder was carried out. To me, the killing is reminiscent of something that you'd see in Mexico done by a cartel in revenge. Let's head to the scene of the crime.
A few weeks ago, I don't know, they had the body hanging out the freeway with the head sitting on fire. They had to go over there and cut it down from the top side.
You think this was
the
gang
news
related?
later? I don't want to speak on it. You know what I'm saying?
Not from personal experience, but like from what people said from the store.
Man, this is my hood. I don't speak on what's in my hood. This shit real.
That's a pretty serious way to kill someone.
You don't even need nobody to explain it to you. You can see the image he's trying to build. And that image is very specific. It's gritty, it's violent, and it's unpredictable. And let's just call it what it is. This type of image sells. That type of image gets people talking, makes people click. But here's the part that makes you stop and think. Is that really what that area is? Or is that what you needed to be to make your story work? Because there's a difference between showing reality and shaping reality. And when you watch that video, it don't feel like somebody just documenting life. It feels like somebody curating a narrative. And that narrative had a name attached to it, Murderwood. And that name is not accidental. That's intentional. Because you don't just randomly call something that. You call it that because you know what it sounds like. You know what it makes people think. You know it's going to get a reaction. And that's where this persona comes in. Because now you're just not an artist. You're a character. You're a representation of the world you present. And everything you say, everything you show feeds into that image. And that's why people started questioning it. It don't feel like an accident. It feels like a strategy. It feels like you know exactly what you're doing and you leaning into it. And again, I'm not saying nothing ever happened out there. Every place got its reality. But there's a difference between having moments and making those moments your entire identity. And that's what this starts looking like. An identity being built, not just for him, but for the whole area. And once you do that, you can't control how people perceive it because now that name is out there. That image is out there and people gonna run with it, whether it's accurate or not. And that's what it starts turning into something bigger because it ain't just about what you say. It's about what people hear. And it ain't just about what you mean. It's about what people believe after they hear it. And once that happens, you don't own it no more. And that's exactly where this situation starts shifting because now the image done left the video. Now it's in the real world. Now real people got to deal with it. Because when you put a name on a place like that, you ain't just talking to your audience. You talking about people who actually live there. People who wake up there every day. And that's where this conversation changes. Because now it's just not entertainment. Now it's impact. And that impact hit different when you're on the other side of it. Because if you live there, you got to hear that name too. You got to watch people look at your area different. You got to deal with the perception that comes with Murderwood. And that's not something you can just turn off. That stays. And while all of this is happening, now you start seeing a different side of him.
On social media, in the video, Cartel Bo from Houston's Lakewood area refers to his neighborhood as Murderwood. The union fired back on Facebook saying no one in Houston calls Lakewood Murderwood, even going so far as to question his credibility in the video. Now Cartel Bo says he's being targeted, claiming harassment by law enforcement. So what's really going on here? Joining us now to respond to this for the first time, Cartel Bo, along with his attorney, Carl Moore. So how did this even happen?
Okay, well, Everybody knows about the video that I got famous from, the Hoover video with Maxo Cream. It originally started there. They tried to pretty much slander and destroy our names with false information by saying and telling the news, which are public news reports, that we were at a school and the school was open and children was leaving the school. And
that's back in 2018.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now that came out in federal court to be a lie. That was a lie, and HPD didn't have anybody to go to the courtroom to make an excuse to explain those lies. That school was shut down for Hurricane Harvey. And the part of the reason that we wanted to use a destroyed school is because it's the look of a destroyed school and a destroyed park. We haven't gone to that park all our lives. But we don't get that type of aggression when you go to these Trump rallies, these MAGA rallies, and all these Proud Boys walking around with guns and this, that, and other. We particularly went down for felon in possession of a firearm and nothing else. We didn't commit any crimes. We didn't hurt anybody, but it is what it is. We took our punishment to the chin. I got the most time. I took responsibility, this, that, and other, because it was time handed out.
And that's, once again, so we can keep the audience.
Yes, sir, that's the
2018 case.
Yes, sir. So now I get out. I got 2 kids. I'm a single father to both of my kids. You know what I'm saying? I take care of my kids and wake up with my kids every single day. Not only that, I provide jobs for multiple staff members. I have a trucking company that I created, and specifically to hire felons to fight recidivism. This is my side of the town. Whoop, whoop, this, that, and other. This happened over here at the Blue Store that we at right now. This happened over here, and taking them and
like a tour.
Yeah, I'm showing them the cases. Literally, taking. Well, this is the stuff that be going on over here where I'm from. This, that, and other. You understand what I'm saying? When I was over here, we used to call it Murder Wood. We was kids. That was like every hood that's supposed to be wood, they always have a nickname to try to make their hood. Bringing that stuff into fruition, helping my people, helping the community come together, showing that we can be stronger, be better. And you got some people in certain areas in the Houston Police Department that's looking and saying, I hate that man. I hate that man. No matter how much I do for my community, no matter what, this, that, and other, he wasn't never supposed to get out of jail. And I will air names out on this news, but I'm not going to do that because y'all asked me not to. But I'm going to say this. You feel me?
You're not.
I was asked not to use names. I want to air names. So,
But really quick, let me give you what they said. They said
I can tell you exactly what they said.
Has been telling people that Houston police are calling venues and trying to get his shows canceled. That's 100% false. We're not attacking him. We're questioning his credibility for calling Lakewood Murderwood. And you just explained that. They say no one calls it that. There have been 2 murders in that area this year, and that's your response. So but they're saying they're not bullying you.
Now let's go there. I've been on the Texas tour, right? So we go to Waco. The Houston Police Department called Waco and told Waco that you got a violent gang member that's coming down there trying to do a show. There's going to be violence and there's going to be guns. Y'all need to watch out for them. When we got there, they had the place surrounded before anybody even got there. When we got there, they told us, hey, we had a call. We got a heads up that we had a violent gang member on the way to our town. This show needs to eat early. What's going on? They walked through the whole venue the entire time trying to make people leave. They forced half the crowd to leave, you know what I'm saying, just being petty because people didn't want to be around all that extra police activity. Cool. The other cities didn't pay that much attention, but I had a show in Lubbock. They had the police there, 9 o'clock. Lubbock also told us that the Houston Police Department called and tipped them off, and they told them that we had gotten into a fight and had a shootout at Austin. I've never had any violence. I never had any fights in any.
We're going to take a quick break here. Attorney Carl Moore. So you have some concerns. You're saying that your address on social media.
Yes, Precinct 4 posted my address when they arrested me later last year, and they exposed my address knowing I have millions of fans all over the world, millions of views on YouTube, and I am a single father of 2 children, putting me and my kids' life in possible danger, taking a picture of exactly in front of the house and then putting the address right there where we at. Then they the Houston Police Officers Union just reposted that post with the address to try to laugh and say, yeah, his last arrest was in the suburbs, and put the picture exactly in front of my house where me and my 2 children stay. So we will be taking action, but I'm going to let my lawyer speak on it.
And that's what Carl is here for.
Yeah.
So what do you do in a situation like that, Carl?
Well, slander and libel will not be tolerated. Precinct 4, Houston Police Department, neither one of those agencies are above legal action. If we find that they have violated his rights, we plan to pursue them to the fullest.
All right. And of course, once again, the union said that they are not targeting him. They're targeting his credibility and the documentary.
So what are they, rappers now?
Yeah, I need to do
I thought all the crime and stuff and all the stuff we got going on, you worried about the community can to do everything for the hood. Why? Because
You guys have a mental, personal issue. It doesn't have nothing to do with what he does and what he does. You want me out of the picture. I'm not that same man no more. I don't commit crime no more. So I can take you on now. We can do it now.
All right. Thank you for joining us and telling your side of the story here on the fact that
Now he on the news. Now his tone different. Now it's about positivity, about helping the community, about doing the right thing. And again, that's a good thing. Ain't nobody mad at that. But here's where people start looking close. It don't match what they just saw. You can't walk somebody through a place like it's a war zone and then turn around and present yourself like a community builder without people asking what's up. That's where that word come in. Contradiction. Because now it feels like you trying to be two things at once. You trying to sell the image and clean it up at the same time. You want the attention that come with Murderwood, but you also want the respect that comes with positivity. And those two things, they don't sit together easy. Not when people can see both sides clear as day. Now think about the people who live there. The restaurants, the barbershops, the schools. They not in your video, but they living in what your video created. They gotta hear that name. They gotta think about how people start looking at their community different. And that affects business. That affects how people move. And this is why people started pushing back. This is why the conversation got so loud. Because when you put something like that out there, you don't control it no more. It starts affecting people who never asked to be a part of that story. And that's where responsibility comes in. Because you can't just say it's entertainment after the fact. Not when real people got to deal with the result of it. And that's why this situation hits different. Because it shows you exactly what happens when image and reality don't line up. And it creates a situation where everybody starts questioning what's real and what's not. And once you get there, it's hard to walk it back. And that's why this whole thing matters. Because it's not just about him. It's about the choices you make when you decide what type of image you want to put out there. And what comes back when that image don't match what people see with their own eyes. And when you look at all of it together, the video, the name, the interview, the shift, it starts to paint a picture that says a lot without even having to say it loud. But hey, that's just my opinion. What's yours? Like, comment, subscribe, establish Rich. I'll be back with another one. Peace.